What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change, as always. This is live and recorded. If you guys have any questions during or after, just leave it in the comments below. We're going to go over some XRP news today. Altcoin Daily actually had a great video that we're going to watch, and there's an article I want to read and a little bit of, I guess, on-topic stuff from CoinDesk. So we'll check that out, and then we'll do just AMA stuff or whatever. But let's see who's in the chat. So we got Nerd Beast. What's up, buddy? We have Yankee, Integra Guy, Geek of All Trades, 3 Foxco, Alexander, what's up, man? Heinz Crypto, I sent your package out. You should get it in the next couple days. Steven Cicero, Carl Coate, Magic Lucky, good to see you. Leo Lusting, appreciate you, buddy. Kyle Rosa, Slaw Squash, who else? Matt Electron, wow, you were first. Impressive. You're officially a regular. All right, let's see what we see. Hold on. Coin 360 crashed on me. There we go. All right, man, they add the crap out of this thing. But Bitcoin 28,640. Damn, these prices are great. I mean, I'm shocked that it's actually all holding pretty steady for the past week. Ethereum 1800, XRP is at 54 cents, but nonetheless, oh, didn't mean to click on that. My bad. Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me zoom in on this. As you can see, 54 cents. We have Doge at 7.5, and then we have LTC at 90, so not too bad. Check out crypto bubbles. Go to today. What do we have? So highest on the day, let's see, I guess ARB and CFX is 12.6%. 1 inch is 11.4% up. Caspa is still 4.8% up on the day. Nice, interesting. Renders up 3.8%. H-bar, I don't know what that is, 7.7%. Hex is up 8.8. Interesting. Caspa's killing it, man. Caspa's absolutely killing it. And to be honest, it's I might have to jump on the train. I wish they really had a better wallet, but hopefully they do get integrated with Ledger, as that video yesterday. If you guys didn't see yesterday's video, go check it out. There was a guy that made a video explaining all about Caspa. So it made it super simple, just kind of understand a lot of it. But he does mention that they are trying to get integrated with Ledger. So it's kind of, I guess, kind of interesting. Fear and Greed Index is at 60 today. Let's see. Top 10 coins, as always. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Cardano, Lido Staked Ether, Dogecoin, and Polygon, or Matic, in the top 10. All right, let's see. So I guess what we're going to do is we'll start with this CoinDesk article right here, and then we will we'll move on. Let me see. I just want to make sure I have the right bottom scrolling thing. All right, let's see. Yankee said, I now rely on you to keep me up to date on the latest crypto world, my morning crypto cup of coffee. Well, I appreciate that. I do appreciate it, and that's why I do it, just because, like, we should all know, you know, what's going on in the space, and it's sometimes it's really tough to watch everybody's videos. So I try to get all the ones that I find interesting, that are kind of on topic, and go from there. So hopefully you guys appreciate it. All right, let's see. I definitely appreciate you guys watching. Nerdbeast said the Caspa upgrade to Rust is coming soon. It may pump again. That'd be amazing. I kind of want to buy some. All right, CoinDesk article. Let's talk about XRP, and later on we could talk about whatever. It doesn't matter to me on 2 o'clock stream. All right, XRP trading volume surges to billions of dollars on South Korean crypto exchanges. It says XRP trading made up nearly 50% of all volumes on Corbit, a prominent local exchange, I'm assuming, over in South Korea. So it says the South Korea crypto trading mania has seemingly returned, fueled by the surge in XRP tokens. Trading volumes for XRP spiked to billions of dollars on Upbit, BitHub, is that how you say that? And Corbit, 3 of Korea's top exchanges by volume, on the back of the tokens 26% rise in the past week. It says in the past 24 hours, XRP is trading made up 37% of all volume on BitHub, 18% of volume on Upbit, and a staggering 50% of all volume on Corbit. Data from CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap shows these volumes were against the US dollar on Upbit and against Korea won on BitHub and Corbit. Interesting. All right, let's see. So it says Bitcoin, BTC, and ETH usually account for the majority of trading activity on these exchanges, which makes the XRP volume surge an anomaly. Sorry, can't read today, clearly. Upbit led global XRP trading volumes with over 790 million worth of tokens traded in the past 24 hours. Crypto exchange Binance, in comparison, traded a relatively smaller 720 million, CoinGecko data shows. In crypto circles, South Korea traders are infamous for pushing euphoric rallies on tokens. The so-called kimchi premium originates from the region where the prices of Bitcoin on local exchanges can trade at a premium of as much as 30% compared to international counterparts, driven by local demand. It says some of that volume may be attributed to wash trading, a manipulative technique wherein a traders continually buy and sell the same asset to drive up volumes in order to create a false impression of market activity. They actually do that as well, like bot trading back and forth with inside exchanges. They will basically fudge the amount of volume that's really being traded. So some exchanges can be kind of sketchy. Just be wary of that. Right here it says the interest in XRP comes amid speculation that the token might be classified as a commodity by the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, after the CFTC classified Bitcoin and Ether as commodities in a lawsuit against Binance. This in turn may hurt the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's, the SEC, case against Ripple, in which the regulator claims that XRP tokens are securities. Classification as a commodity could mean Ripple wins the case, which some traders consider bullish for XRP, which is the truth, and it will see probably a pretty decent pump if it does pop. Carl Coates said like CZ on Binance. Let me see exactly. All right, let's see this. Let's see what they have to say here. It's a 2-minute clip from CoinDesk, so shout out to them. Go check out their channel on YouTube and such. We will check them out in a little bit too. I have a link in the description for this article as well. All right, let's do it. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. They're usually pretty loud.
Despite the slight pullback in the crypto market overall, 5 assets have had double-digit returns over the past week, and that's Ripple advancing over 27%, Seller Network 31%, Brain Trust 12%, Litecoin 13%, and Radical, don't even know what that is, but over 11%. What are your thoughts on these breakthroughs, especially with Ripple?
Well, I think, look, I mean, week to week, day to day, there's always going to be a couple of idiosyncratic movements, right? I mean, even when macro is driving the bus, which it currently is right now, it's not the only thing on the bus. There are other factors that will always drive price. But I think a more interesting...
Look at that. Look at how high Ripple is on this chart, 27.2%. Jeez. The CMI currency week-on-week leaders.
Interesting stat is this, right? The common narrative that we've heard for, 5+ years from lazy non-crypto investors is that stocks have intrinsic value and offer so much downside protection and digital assets have no value. And what we're learning over the last year is actually companies can run out of money and they can go bankrupt and you can get a zero in a restructuring and recovery, whereas protocols don't. Protocols hold their value. So we go back to June 30th, 2022, for example, where most people would say, oh, the second half of 2022 was toxic, everybody went bankrupt. Well, actually, Bitcoin's up 42% since June 30th, 2022. ETH is up 70%. DYDX is up 87%. Uniswap's up 20%. Atom's up 49%. Matic's up 137%. You go down the list, and at the same time, well, Coinbase stock is up 38%. That's pretty good. But BlockFi stock is down 100%. FTX stock is down 100%. Silvergate stock is down 97%. Signature Bank down 100%. You go down the list, and you're starting to see, I forgot Credit Suisse as well, down 98%. There is an argument here that because protocols don't actually have rent to pay, they don't have employees to pay, they don't go bankrupt in a downside scenario, and there's always that optionality that gives it value, whereas these companies, we're learning, either by actual default or by government seizure, can go to zero. And I think there's a real narrative shift that protocols are actually giving you not only high upside in a bull case scenario, but actually give you some downside protection as well relative to stocks that can be primed and actually give you a zero recovery in a restructuring. And I think that's powerful, and I think that certainly benefits more than just Bitcoin and Ethereum. You could look at Luna, for example, right? I mean, the Luna blockchain, if this was a company, Luna would be bankrupt. But Luna is a blockchain. It is still producing blocks. There is still a several $100 million market cap to the reorged Luna blockchain, despite the fact that there's absolutely no activity happening on there, right? And that just shows you the optionality and the option value of a protocol that can't go bankrupt and can't be primed in a restructuring.
Interesting. That was quite interesting, actually. All right, now let's get into let me just read the chat quick. So Geek of All Trades actually just put in the Discord for Caspa if anybody's interested. I guess they're doing somewhat of daily updates. He said let me see where he said it. Join the Caspa Discord. They are definitely pushing marketing like crazy, updates almost daily. So if you guys are into Caspa or interested in it, we can talk about it later as well, but that is the link in the live chat, so feel free to join. All right, XRP, says Nerd Beast, could have been awesome years ago. When they came out, there was nothing like it, but the SEC came in and ruined it. Yeah, well, I think that's why so many people are XRP army, right? Like everybody so gets pumped about XRP or whatever, but whatever is what it is. All right, what the hell just happened to my camera? I just go black. That was weird. All right, let's see. Hopefully this stream doesn't get all weird on me, but Altcoin Daily again has a great video out, so I want to watch this. This is XRP Pump. It says the real reason XRP crypto is going up, and he has some pretty good information in here. So let's full screen this, switch over to Altcoin Daily, and go from there. If you guys have any questions, just add me in the chat. We can pause it periodically as we go. If it wasn't muted, that'd be nice. Hold on. There we go.
Wow. We are seeing a huge uptick in XRP transactions globally today. This is happening live. This is happening today, right now.
This was yesterday.
Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of XRP transactions from all over the world traded in the last minute, with specific inflows and outflows happening in Europe, happening in South Korea, as well as, shockingly, in the United States. Let's discuss what's actually happening and how this affects you as a crypto holder. Open interest in XRP surges
real quick. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I want to know if you guys hold XRP or not.
To over $800 million as crypto traders hope that the Ripple SEC verdict will bring a new alt season. And the speculation is we will receive a verdict on the Ripple SEC case. This has been over 2 years running. Both parties petitioned months ago to receive a summary judgment, meaning there's nothing really left to discuss. And now, for some reason, the open interest in XRP futures hit its highest level since December of 2021. And as we shared with you on Twitter today, the XRP price has been rallying. It's at a 10-month high today, with the next obvious question being, are we poised now for a breakout or breakdown? Well, to dissect this chart, the market is thinking this. Since the rally began, the notional open interest, or the dollar value locked in unsettled and active contracts trading on futures and perpetual futures exchanges, has increased by nearly 90% to over $800 million, the highest since December 2021. So we have an increase in open interest. We clearly have an increase in price, and an increase in that open interest coming alongside an increase in price typically suggests an influx of new money on the bullish side and is said to confirm the uptrend. At press time, the funding rates representing the cost of holding bullish, long, or bearish short positions were positive on most exchanges, indicating the dominance of bullish leverage traders. And in a direct quote from portfolio manager at Decentral Park Capital, he says, "The bullish impulse stems from Ripple's case versus the SEC, where optimism for Ripple's win seems to be becoming more dominant. Maybe that Ripple win sets off a bullish impulse down the risk curve, alt season." And to be clear, we are seeing actual transactions pick up globally today. But let's just be very clear on where we stand right now with this SEC lawsuit. I'll share with you both the bearish perspective as well as the bullish perspective, so you have all the information you need as a crypto holder. This is the latest interview with Mark Churnside, the CEO of Zago Technologies, which is an international money transfer and payment solution. He doesn't care what the SEC rules. Here's why he specifically sees value in XRP.
This is mainly why I like Altcoin Daily, because he stays up to date on all the Twitter stuff, and Twitter is one of those things I don't really deal with, but I probably should. But nonetheless, shout out to Altcoin Daily, because this is definitely huge when he gets into all the Twitter space. All right, let's hear this. Clearly, it's gonna be a bit loud. Let me just tamper it down a bit. All right, let's do it.
He specifically sees value in XRP.
Have you adopted all the currencies? What are your main currencies?
Are fine. Fiat currencies are fine. We use mainly XRP, Ripple XRP.
Ripple, yeah.
But we do it for a good reason. It's very quick. And the cost of transacting is quite low, very low. So typically we're only in crypto for 7 seconds. That's it.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. That's it. So we're in and out. So you put your rand in, and your pounds out, and it's gone from rands to XRP, XRP to pounds.
Are you looking at expanding to other digital assets, perhaps Tether, USD,
We
Bitcoin?
do USDC in the US. We do US dollars already, euros and pounds. The next one is going to be Mauritian rupees and hopefully Kenyan shillings. And then we've got literally a list of 41 to do.
Right.
In Africa.
So he'll use stablecoins for the US, he'll use individual nations' sovereign currencies, but as for cryptos, he likes the speed of XRP.
So if I have Ripple, can I then just transfer my Ripple straight to the UK if I needed to do it instead of, or do I have to first take Rand to Ripple, then Ripple to pound?
If you already have Ripple, you can load your XRP into Zago and convert it to pounds and withdraw it to a bank account in the UK.
Now, of course,
that lady clearly never heard of crypto. All right, real quick, I just want to read the chat a bit. So RC actually said Ripple holds all XRP in their private treasury, and when they need liquidity in XRP, they will dump up to 100 million a month of XRP into the market. That's insane. I didn't know that. Ripple is the private company that holds XRP, right? Is there a Ripple token as well? No, I think it's all the same, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty positive it's all the same. What else do we have in the chat? Appreciate you, Magic Lucky. Thank you so much for that. I think that was it. All right, if I missed anything, sorry. Just at me, guys, if you need me, and let's continue with this. Mr. Burns is now on the big screen in Twitter.
Let's be real. If the SEC deems XRP bad, then that company could use other cryptocurrency assets. They could use Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. They could use Litecoin that has tons of liquidity globally. That's just me being real. Please let me know down below in the comments if I'm wrong, if I'm right, what you think. But one of the biggest mistakes, in my opinion, that you can make as a crypto investor is getting married to your bags. Meaning don't become overly emotionally invested. For example, as tweeted by one XRP bull, he says, Gary Gensler himself admits that today's XRP has utility since 2018 when he was professor teaching at MIT. But let's really listen. Do you think this is more bullish or more bearish from Gary?
They have been slowly selling and they're now down to 61%. But their revenue model in XRP is in essence selling the XRP. They only came up with a real use case of XRP in 2018 in a prototype called XRapid. They had XCurrent, which was a messaging system prior that didn't need to use XRP at all. So for
hold on 1 second, we gotta bring this up. Oh, I can't do that. Hold on. Sorry guys, I was trying to small screen Mr. Burns, but clearly it doesn't want to show me. But look at this. All right, does this not look like him? Tell me this doesn't look like him. Right here, this guy. Perfect. All right, there he is. Right there. At least I think so. Come on, vote in the chat. What do you guys think? 1 if he looks like it, 2 if he doesn't. All right, keep going.
4 years, you had no use of XRP. As I understand it, 0 use.
So 0 use for XRP. In fact, Gary states that Ripple's prime moneymaker for XRP, pre-on-demand liquidity, pre-2018, was just to sell the coin. I think that would be a security in Gary's mind, who unfortunately is the decision maker currently for the SEC. But really my opinion on all this, and obviously nobody knows the future, but just like EOS, which was a DApp platform, raised over $4.1 billion in their ICO, they settled with the SEC for only $27 million. So they raised over $4 billion. They just had to pay the SEC, a little slap on the wrist, a fraction. And while the settlement was that the ICO was an unregistered securities offering, the current blockchain for EOS was not an unregistered security, meaning you could grow. Just because something started as an unregistered security doesn't mean that's what it is today. I think that would be the most likely outcome for XRP. Of course, on the flip side, the bearish outcome would be that everything currently is an unregistered security. Yet in a recent piece of XRP news, Ripple CTO David Schwartz tweeted a very compelling reason that XRP has been good since 2013. Yesterday, he made this reply to a person asking about this Ripple tweet from 2013. Back then, they announced Ripple is now open sourced. They link to GitHub, and David Schwartz says, I think the server code becoming open sourced was the point where people no longer had to rely on Ripple to maintain the ledger. So while Gary Gensler was saying 2018 because that's when ODL, on-demand liquidity, was launched, David Schwartz is saying 2013 because that's when the code opened. But this user pushes back on David Schwartz's open sourcing statement. He says, for quite a while after open sourcing, Ripple kept their validators on the DUNL and thus consensus relied on Ripple. Additionally, all code updates to Ripple were made by Ripple engineers. Do you not feel these are key elements to maintaining the ledger that relied on Ripple? So he's saying just because the code was open source does not mean that Ripple still didn't continue to do all the work. David Schwartz says no. If you let somebody else do something for convenience, when there are no significant obstacles to doing it yourself, that's not reliance. Ripple didn't do anything others could not have done had they wished to, meaning that just because Ripple continued to doing basically all the work doesn't mean the option wasn't out there for everybody else. And very quickly, let's not forget the infamous William Hinman clip, who is the former director of the SEC. Here is a 40-second clip of the speech he made back in 2018 saying that Bitcoin, in his mind, not a security, and Ethereum, while the ICO might have been an unregistered security, Ethereum's fine now.
When I look at Bitcoin today, I don't see a central third party whose efforts are a key factor in determining the success of that enterprise. The network on which Bitcoin functions is operational, appears to have been decentralized for some time, perhaps from inception. Applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities laws to the offer and resale of Bitcoin would seem to add little value. Moreover, putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of the present state of Ether, the Ethereum network, its decentralized structure, we believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
And the XRP community feels that their coin, their situation, should be the same as Ethereum. Final thing I want to point out, this just happened. Meme coin project SafeMoon wrecked for $9 million due to a public burn bug. So a recent upgrade to meme coin SafeMoon's smart contract.
Have you guys heard of SafeMoon? I actually heard of, no, I think it was a different one. I think it was called Moonshot or something.
Saw the project robbed of $8.9 million. And
actually, no, hold on. Before we continue with this, he's obviously talking about something else. I want to read what RC said in the chat. It was kind of interesting. He said, yes, XRP is a security. He said their claim is they may have started as a security, but because they sold some XRP and created a terrible use case, they say they are a commodity. And then he says, lies, it's a security. You can't circumvent the rules. We all have to follow, then cry that you're following the rules now, which they still aren't. He said, sorry, I really hate XRP and their lies, if you can't tell. Hey, no, I mean, dude, everybody's opinion is everybody's opinion. I do not give a crap either way. I mean, I'm diversified in a bunch of different coins, but XRP is one that I hold, but it's not for any reason other than it was on Coinbase when I first got into crypto.
And then stolen again. So never invest more than you're willing to lose, seriously, because just 3 hours after SafeMoon upgraded its smart contracts, an exploiter identified and leveraged a bug in the code that led to the loss of almost $9 million from the meme coin's liquidity pool. In a unique turn of events, however, the exploiter that initially leveraged the vulnerability was then quickly front-run by another address. So somebody exploited the exploiter. The front-runner then sent a message to SafeMoon's deployer contract to open negotiations saying, hey, relax. We are accidentally front-run an attack against you. We would like to return the fund, set up secure communication channel. Let's talk. Don't forget to join us at
That's interesting. All right, huge shout out to Altcoin Daily for that video. That was great. Again, when it comes to XRP, I don't know if you guys are involved. Let me see what the poll says. It said, do you hold or trade XRP? Hold only is 22% and no is 74%, and hold and trade is 4%. Interesting. All right, let's check. Let's just see. So XRP, what was their all-time high? Someone was saying something about it being 84 cents and it's barely, you know, back there a year ago it was. Let's just look. All-time high on XRP was $3.40. I mean, what do you guys think price-wise, right? I don't know if you guys follow XRP. I personally don't as much as everybody else does. Like this XRP army stuff, I'm not, whatever. But anyways, do you guys think it's going to go back to the all-time high if they win this case? I mean, this case has been going on for like 2-3 years. It's crazy, right? I mean, I'm hoping that it's over with sooner than later, but who knows? Yeah, XRP to the moon. Interesting. Well, hey, I'll be happy if it goes $3. I don't have much. I think I have like 2,500 or something, but it's been sitting for like way over 2 years, so I don't have to pay capital gains on it, which is excellent because I pay taxes on all my crypto. So that works. Guys, if you don't pay your taxes, please make sure you do because they will F you. Also, actually, you know what? Crypto Zombie. Oh, actually, before I get to that. All right, let's look at this. Unminable. I don't know if you guys like unminable. I don't mind it. After I did my test and we realized they were taking too much and we called them out, a few other YouTubers did the test over at Unminable and noticed the same thing, and then we all got a response, and it seems like they fixed it, at least in my opinion. They're the fees they were taking, so it was upwards of like 10%, and they only claim like 1 or something, 2 maybe. But regardless, what I noticed here, K heavy hash, as you can see, this is the Caspa based algorithm, is now available for mining over here. So I'm wondering when Caspa is going to come to this setup, because that would be very, very nice to be able to throw like my Jazz miners on there or anything else. But I hope Caspa ends up joining this right here. It looks like APT Aptos is new. Interesting. They also have Verge and Flux. Obviously, everybody knows I made a video on that. If you guys don't know how to do it, go check out the channel, and you guys will see how to use Unminable to mine Flux with your CPU or however. Actually, the Jazz miner, I did that as well. All right, let's go to Crypto Zombie. Actually, I want to show you guys what he was actually talking about yesterday. So this was, hold on, let me just double check. I think that was it. Yeah, it was 18 hours ago. So this is about the VPN issue. I don't know if you guys have heard that yet, right? What the hell are they calling it? I can't remember. Actually, Retro Mike sent me a link. Hold on, let me open my Discord quick. I always close it before I stream because I feel like it's going to crash my computer. All right, let me just open up Discord real quick. I want to pull up the link and I can show you guys what it's called, and at least put a link in the chat for the article. I'm not going to read it again, but let me see. Retro Mike, where did you put it? The Restrict Act. That's what it's called. All right, let me open this. It's going to go over my face. Yep. There we go. All right, so this is the Restrict Act, and they're trying to claim that the VPN users risk a 20-year jail sentence in the US under new Restrict Act, right? And you could be fined up to like freaking 120 grand or something stupid. So Crypto Zombie actually talks about this. I'll put this link actually for this article in the live chat if you guys are interested. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button. It's totally free. It takes 2 seconds. Super appreciate it. You can always change your mind, right? Take it back if you want. It's fine. But just hit it at least. With 20 people here, or 70 people here rather. 20 likes. Crazy. All right, let's get into it. Crypto Zombie. So he dives into that a tiny bit, and I really want to hear what he has to say. So if you guys have any questions or whatever, just let me know, and we'll go from there. Hold on 1 second. Let me rewind this.
The internet.
All right, let's do it. There we go. Oh, actually, shoot. Hold on. I got to add him to my
The internet is about
my wheel rolling on the bottom. All right, let's do it. Here we go.
The internet is about to fundamentally change forever, and it's terrifying.
Is the most dangerous thing I've seen put forth. As a matter of fact, I think that in the next 2 years, I may not be able to live in the United States and do what I do anymore. It could affect your money, your Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the ability to transact, but it's way bigger. It's way bigger than that.
I love his beginnings. They're always so funny.
What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie.
Sorry,
Welcome back to the
super
channel.
loud.
Hope you're having a great day today. Bitcoin was looking like it was trying to slump. We were scared about this pattern, right? It was starting to curve over, and look at what happened right here. You could see that we had a perfect retest right here, and we are back above this upward sloping trend. And you can see right here, we are starting to form a bit of an apex, and this could be very, very critical for Bitcoin, as we could be looking for a massive, massive move literally by the end.
Real quick, in the chat, Citizen LDM says the bill is part of the TikTok ban. Page 22 to 32 is crazy, and I believe it.
End of this month in just a few days. So very critical level for Bitcoin. Now, outside of all of this, there is something very massive that we need to talk about. And again, I am not trying to spread FUD, but as you have noticed, Google Trends is at the highest search ever right now for something called the Restrict Act. Now, you may have heard about this. It is something that does in fact concern all of us specifically.
So do you guys want me to try to find the article, like the actual thing of the Restrict Act, like the pages that he was just talking about over here, the bill rather, Citizen just mentioned? If you guys want me to, we could talk about it this afternoon. But yeah, I guess this is a huge search term now. A lot of people are hearing about it, and a lot of people are freaking out.
Specifically living in the United States. In fact, it's one of the scariest, possibly most Orwellian things I have ever heard in my life. Some say it could be even worse than the Great China Firewall, which they say would make that look like a picket fence, or others have been calling it the Patriot Act on steroids, with insane penalties for people who do break this law. Now, don't freak out. It's not anything that's been put into effect just yet, but we need to discuss this because the definitions are so vague that it could actually apply to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. And of course, Senator Elizabeth Warren wants to reintroduce an act that could potentially make you using your own dedicated crypto wallets, your own, if you host your own crypto wallets, if you have your own crypto wallets, that could be also illegal as well. So,
And that's some bullshit. It's illegal to now hold your own crypto in your wallets. Well, it's not yet, but they're talking about it. So that's, God, she just needs to go.
Man,
Insane.
I'm not happy to report on some of these things, but we are going to talk about it. I'm going to let you know exactly what's going on with this banking debacle, with this crypto regulation debacle in the US. And of course, we are going to talk about the Bitcoin price because we have a monthly close coming up very, very soon. Very, very important. And as you can see right here, this level at about 28,600 is going to be key level to watch for the next couple days. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it. Without further ado, let's start with the charts, and then let's get to the creepy, scary, nutso stuff that's going on in the world right now.
Again, I will leave Crypto Zombies channel in the description below. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, go check him out. He's a good trader.
So as you guys can see, we are still hanging out inside this blue zone right here. So this is where we had closed that previous CME futures gap. And as you can see, if we do in fact have this breakout, which by the way, I just want to point out, last week we had a bit of a Darth Maul wick candle, right? And then this week thus far, we've had a lot of volume coming in from the bottom, and we've seen that tail, right? This was very, very bullish, right? When you see that, where you're having all those buyers come in from the bottom, and if you have a look at this, the next level, our next target, right, is basically the bottom of this range right here. And as you can see, it was, support,
It's like 30,
over here,
32,
acted
right?
as resistance, and that would be the next level right there, which would put us at around roughly $31,000, give or take $100 for Bitcoin, right? Now, would it be possible to, come down here and retest this level? Of course. And I said that that would be possible. The only thing that would do, basically, it could bring Bitcoin back down to about 25,000, and it might stretch out the move for about another month. But again, as I've been saying, what's incredible is that we're seeing this banking crisis, we're seeing this uncertainty, we're hearing about all these things happening in the US, these scary potential laws coming out, and yet Bitcoin continues to maintain its bullish trajectory. I really feel like the world is waking up and understanding the need for Bitcoin in these types of times, right?
Of course it is. All the
So
banks
as we can see right here, that is the target, of course. And, once again, falling wedge, you can see right here, that is the area that we're hitting. So, we've gone over this time and time again. Obviously, I know I sound like a broken record, but we do have a target between about $54,000 to $57,000 for this Bitcoin move. And, obviously, we still don't have full confluence on all these indicators, but we are starting to see something that I do like. I am paying attention specifically down here now to the market cipher, because as we start to curve down here, if we end up getting, you know, a smaller trigger wave based off this anchor wave, and then we also see this money flow back into the green, right? Like we had here.
That's on the daily
Essentially,
chart, by the way.
You had this trigger, and then what happened? Well, essentially, you had price going from 16 all the way up to 23, right? So right now, if we come down, maybe we retest, maybe we come down to that $25,000 level, we get that cross, we already got confirmation here, and we're already in the green on the daily of the guppy, then yeah, I think that that would be an excellent opportunity for another trade. If you guys do want to learn how to trade, make sure you watch the tutorial popping up above, take advantage of those bonuses below. Who knows how long that'll last for everyone. But nevertheless, guys, Phil, you know, he was talking about this projection, and, you know, if we just ignore all...
Do you guys want to watch this trading stuff, or do you want me to skip forward to the banking collapse news and stuff?
All the FUD. And you gotta be honest, man. The talks of the recession, the talks of the, you know, banning of potential cryptocurrencies, the banking crisis, the situation going on globally, and yet Bitcoin is still at the levels that it is today. I mean, based on everything that's going on right now, if Bitcoin was going to die, it should be down at like 6,000 at this point, right? But it's not. And Phil Phillips says if we just combine the expected halving dates and days to cycle tops and bottoms using this regression line, it's possible to estimate where we could find Bitcoin in the next couple years. And you could see right here.
See, this is a lot of this stuff right here is a lot of like price prediction stuff, and it's kind of iffy, right? So I'm just gonna skip over to the banking collapse. Sorry, Mr. Chadwick. That wasn't going to be anything serious.
You're seeing this scramble, signature bank clients rushing against time as the FDIC sets a deadline for account foreclosures. Again, I have to stress it. You know, people were freaking out about the USDC depegging. It was not USDC's fault. It was the fact that we are required by law to be able to swap that USDC crypto token out for an actual physical dollar. Well, guess what? We couldn't get access to the dollars. That had nothing to do with crypto. That had to do with banking. Crypto Wendy O pointed out, she said, let me get this straight. The public servants were so scared of crypto that they purposefully shut down banks for doing their job and giving banking services to crypto companies so they can legally pay their taxes and then shut them down and made the US taxpayers bail out the banks? Even though Biden says, oh, don't worry, it's not going to come from the taxpayers. Okay.
Biden doesn't remember what he said
That's
yesterday.
what they say. That's what they say. But this crackdown is getting out of control, and every single piece of this puzzle is being used as more of a reason for them to not necessarily, I don't want to say they're going to ban it, but it is scary times, right? Now, and this is quite rare. Usually when I make videos, we're talking about the SEC. This time, we're talking about the CFTC, right? So basically, they had a 74-page complaint accusing Binance, who, by the way, recently has also been accused of trading against their clients. That's for another day. But sticking to this, Binance, and I'm not saying they do or don't. I'm just saying, like, obviously, a lot of people have been pointing, Binance has been under pressure.
Yeah, I feel like they're screwed, to be honest.
So basically, they accuse Binance of not only serving U.S. customers without filing for the appropriate licenses, but actively helping customers skirt the Know Your Customer and other compliance rules. Binance executives were allegedly aware its geofencing tools were inadequate and even had a semi-formalized, though confidential, procedure for getting whales around it and shielding their US IP addresses. So
I wonder if the Restrict Act thing came because of this whole Binance thing, where they caught them talking behind the scenes, telling, or not telling, but they were kind of hinting towards using a VPN to get on their website to be able to trade on it inside the US, right? When you're in the US, you can access exchanges in other countries. Like if you use a VPN to go to Bybit or whatever, Binance, you know, same thing. They were just kind of hinting at it for people to do that. So
that is just yet more fuel to the fire, which brings us back to the Restrict Act. Now, this Restrict Act is being touted to protect you. Ultimately, like the way they're kind of packaging it and putting it out to the public is it's just for TikTok, right? TikTok, can I even say the word anymore? Is collecting too many users' information, right?
Did you guys actually know that? So there was on Joe Rogan's podcast, I was watching it one day and he was talking about TikTok, and they said if you read in, you know how like when you go to download an app, it gives you the whole like read me thing under it. If you read that, they want access to everything in your phone. Like they have access to literally your entire life. Just read that and you'll be completely blown away. So I I'm totally against TikTok. Like I have one. I wish I didn't download it on my phone, but it's already too late. So it sucks.
Spying on us, right? And the US doesn't like that. Except you can see right here as Greg.
Oh, no. It's way worse, Yankee. I know every app has that, but no, TikTok was really bad.
Price points out, the bill to ban TikTok is absolutely terrifying. It goes much deeper than just that. It gives the government the ability to go after anyone that they deem as a national security risk, at which point they can access everything from their computer to video games to even their Ring cameras. This is the Patriot Act for the internet, or the Patriot Act on steroids, as others have put it. And I wanted to give a shout out to, what is this guy's name right here? Say Hey James. I saw a lot of people trying to break this down. He broke it down like a champ. This is everything that's going on right now, and this is everything that you need to know immediately.
How we use the internet is about to fundamentally change forever, and it's terrifying. This is Bill S686, also known as the Restrict Bill. You'll probably know it as the TikTok ban bill, but it does so much more than just that. It actually does more than any bill I think we've ever seen. I encourage everyone to read it by going here and clicking the text tab, but here are the main takeaways. Foreign adversaries can change by definition, but a few are already listed. They are the People's Republic of China, including Hong Kong, Special Administration Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and of course, the Russian Federation and Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but these definitions can change at any time. The bill covers hardware technology like modems, routers, and home cameras, and virtual tech like VPNs, and basically bans them if they are manufactured by or used to contact and deal with foreign adversaries. Speaking of VPNs, using VPNs to bypass banned apps such as TikTok is made a criminal act under this bill, and the penalty, it's a minimum imprisonment of 20 years and a minimum fine of $250,000 or...
What? 20 years in prison or $250,000? Are you high?
$1 million, depending if you knowingly did so to access banned content. The bill gives the federal government the power to monitor any activity used by these suspected devices, virtual or otherwise. Essentially, they can monitor what you are doing at home 24/7 without even informing you. This includes things such as routers, video games, streaming apps, smart thermostats, Ring cameras, basically anything that uses the internet. Now, the real terrifying part of all of this, as if that all wasn't terrifying enough, is that the bill goes on to state that this will happen by the president appointing a secretary of communication. That secretary then forms a group on their own without any voter input whatsoever.
Which is bullshit.
This group can have meetings behind closed doors. They don't have to disclose anything. They can ban and deem anything inappropriate or a risk to security at any moment in time. And if they do, they can go through your instant messages, your emails, texts, basically anything that uses the internet, and they can censor it. So in summary, this bill can effectively ban anything the government deems inappropriate extremely quickly without warning. The ramifications of this range from breaking up mass communication methods to even watching the cameras in your home, aka spying on you. It really is that bad, and I am not speaking in hyperbole.
This is really scary stuff, guys.
Also, actually, if you guys think about it, right, like, you know how, like, you could talk to Alexa and, like, I don't know, let's be real, right? Your phone, there's a way in here. Hold on, do I even have it? I do. All right, see, where am I at? Sorry, see the ear on the bottom corner next to the record button, the circle button? That is a like a listening device, right? So you could put your ear pods in, put this phone on the table and walk away, and this can hear anything that's in the room. Like, no joke. So if you don't already think the government's doing that to you, then you're pretty much tapped, right? So it's they're already listening to us, but this is just like, now they're throwing in our face, like, listen, this is what we're going to do. But they're already doing this stuff over in China? They don't allow you to see outside of China or whatever, right? It's like they have their own special TikTok. Like, most people over there don't even know what the real world map looks like because they don't show anything outside of China, if I'm not mistaken. It's just insane, but whatever.
Guys. Now, even though it doesn't explicitly mention Bitcoin or necessarily explicitly mention VPNs, the scary part is actually how vague it is. That's what actually makes it scary. And the fact that they're able to create this committee, which we're not voting for the people in it, and they have unlimited funding to grow basically a giant, spy. You thought the NSA was bad. This is going to be like that on steroids. And like Bowtied Mara says, most people are not ready for this, not even Anons. Minimum 20-year sentence, $250,000 fine for using a VPN to access banned apps, potentially. What are the banned apps? Are these going to be disclosed to the public? If I'm using it, will I be considered a national threat? And the fact that this can just be put into action without any voting, Congress doesn't get involved, I don't get a say in it. This is scary stuff, guys. This is 1984 stuff. This is not what the U.S. was built on. In fact, a lot of people are even saying this might even go against, the Fourth Amendment rights. Is this going to end up being similar? For example, like
real quick, at least in my opinion, right? We have way more things to worry about. School shootings, kids with guns and shit. Like, there's so much more stuff to worry about other than you accessing something you're not supposed to access with a VPN. Like, it's absolutely foolish. And what happened to being free in America? It drives me nuts.
He said, how many people do you think will be using crypto if it goes that far? Just like with FDR, almost everyone handed over their gold when they were told to, right? In 1934, the act was a culmination of Roosevelt's controversial gold program. Among other things, the act transferred ownership of all monetary gold in the United States to the U.S. Treasury and prohibited the Treasury and financial institutions from redeeming dollars for gold. Now, obviously, eventually, this... now, individuals can own gold and it got a little lax over time. But, as I said, going back to the Fourth Amendment, it says through the Fourth Amendment, it protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. However, it is not guaranteed against all search and seizures, but only those that are deemed unreasonable under law.
I just put a poll in the chat. I want to know if you guys would hand over your crypto wallet if the government made you or said you had to.
So is it now going to be deemed reasonable for search and seizures for just anyone who wants some form of privacy? I mean, you're talking about accessing absolutely every bit of data. I mean, they already basically access all the data anyway, right? But now they can officially access any products that have over 1 million users, which is basically if you're watching me on a phone right now, it's probably a phone that has more than 1 million users. If you have a surveillance system in your house, it's probably a surveillance system that's used by more than 1 million users. If you're using an app, it's probably an app that's being used by more than 1 million users. So then that would deem that if they feel that for some reason you're doing something that they don't like, then they have full access to literally, like you're in your backyard, they just turn on your camera and start watching you. I always assumed that that's kind of what they were doing anyway, but now it officially allows them the ability to do that without due process.
It's messed up.
Now, of course, this is not official. This is not happening right now.
Right.
But this is why, if you have concerns over this, you need to speak out. You need to reach out to people. You need to reach out for...
What he's saying is you need to be a pain in their ass. That's pretty much the understatement of the year.
To your representatives. And, what some people said was you tell your representative that you do not appreciate this support of this bill. And if they do support this, then in the next primaries, you will vote for their closest opponent, basically. Correct. Because, if you really think about what America was built on and you look at what's happening right now, it's kind of scary times. To make matters worse, we have our good old buddy Elizabeth Warren back with an anti-money laundering act that would, among other things, make it mostly...
Look at her.
legal for you to use your own crypto wallet. Now, they go on to say that while the proposal's stated purpose is to protect Americans from scams, to protect Americans, it's more likely to drive cryptocurrency businesses overseas and weaken consumer choice. It prohibits the use of digital asset mixtures and requires self-hosted wallets like the kind you keep on your cell phone, along with miners and validators, to have AML policies. The bill is particularly harsh on DeFi, including non-custodial ones, requiring platforms to record the personal information of users and submit it to the government without a warrant or probable cause. It's a bit like blaming the city because you were mugged on the sidewalk. See what I'm saying here? Most absurdly, companies that develop the software would be required to register as money service providers, adopt anti-money laundering policies, and report customers to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. By this logic, electronic stores like Best Buy and Micro Center should register as money service providers because the cell phones they sell could be used to commit fraud. You see how backwards
That
this
is
is?
such
This
horse
is not
shit.
the path we should be taking.
That is so
and, you know, like
stupid.
we have U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis saying the failure of the United States Congress to enact policy is pushing the industry to other countries. Europe is ahead of us in terms of its regulatory framework. Australia and the UK are getting ahead of us. Switzerland is far ahead of us. The CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, told Bloomberg that the industry has already started moving outside the U.S. Coinbase, the largest U.S.-based exchange, is considering launching an overseas trading desk driven by the U.S. regulatory uncertainty. So what is this telling us? Yes, the SEC chair is, we don't care about that news. What is this telling us? I'm tired of talking about the SEC. It's telling us that it is not going to stop the industry. It is not going to slow it down. Will it stifle innovation? Yes, but mostly just for the U.S., right? Yeah. Which is why I'm so happy to see that within the U.S., we are seeing pushbacks from these states like Wyoming, or from Texas, or from Nevada, or Colorado, or Florida, right? It's nice to still see those states, you know, executing their rights to basically have a say in something like this, right? You know, Florida specifically, you know, Crypto Conference Miami, which I'll be at, by the way. I hope to see some of you guys there. Mayor Suarez trying to make it a crypto capital. Ron DeSantis coming out saying, we don't want CBDCs. We'll create our own banking system if we have to. We'll do it, right? Texas also, same thing. So, you know, at the end of the day, does this mean like, you know, up and move to Dubai tomorrow? I don't believe in that. You know, I do think if it gets to that point, it would be sad. But I think that especially for U.S. citizens specifically, and I know that a lot of people watching are not from the U.S., and I get it, you probably don't care. But I still think that it is something that affects us as a whole. And even if you're not from the US or if you are from the US, I think we have to understand that this technology is here to stay. It is not a nefarious technology. It can be used for bad things the same way that, you know, I can use a knife to cut a rope or I can use a knife to do something bad, right? I can use a hammer to put a nail in the wall or I can use a hammer to, not going to say it, do something bad, right? It's not the tool, analogy. It's the way that you use it. And I think that this sort of ban all blanket, everything is this, you know, you got mugged, so the city's wrong. That approach is not working for us. So let me know what you guys think. I still stand by the end of the day that Bitcoin is the way. It's my opinion. I'm a guy on the internet. Just do what you want. You can see right here, though, according to this historical CBBI chart, Bitcoin is nowhere near its top. So even if you are worried about the Bitcoin price potentially falling in the short term, I think ultimately you can see based on this, we are still sitting at around 22% confidence that the top is in, which, you know, by default, you know, gives us about an 80% chance of Bitcoin's price being higher this cycle than lower. So with that in mind, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys
are awesome. Huge shout out to Mr. Crypto Zombie for that. But yeah, there is so many more things that this country needs to focus on. I mean, I understand their concerns and stuff, but like, man, it gets to a point where it's like obnoxious, right? When they're trying to control you and your what you're accessing with a VPN. I mean, unless you're being malicious, who gives a shit? If you're paying your taxes on whatever you're doing with, you know, say if you traded on Bybit or whatever, as long as you pay taxes on that crypto, why do they care? Why do they care? That's at least my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but anyways, guys, I'm going to be back later today around 2 o'clock. If you guys have any questions real quick, we're just going to do a little AMA for a few minutes before I get out of here. And yeah, let me just check the chat, see if there's anything I missed. We have the good amount of usage outweighs the amount of bad and punishing. All for the few is just control and censorship, said Citizen LDM. I agree. I gave all my crypto wallets to RPM, says Geek Wall Trades. And then when the feds leave, I can follow them to his house and get a face reveal while he drag him away in handcuffs. Too much? With a question mark? You're insane. That's hysterical. Well, I don't think he's ever going to show his face in public, so yeah. But we were lucky enough to meet him, but he did get my entire family sick. Anyways, you guys are all awesome. Get one or protection. I think I'm going to say for protection or get one for attacking. Perfect. Mr. Big Black. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Is there a PGNC? No, I don't think so. Actually, you know what? Let's check out Casper real quick before we get out of here because I'm interested to see. Let me refresh XRP. What's it at? 54. All right, let's check out Casper. Casper's doing great, man. It's crazy. It really is doing great. It was at 0.038 yesterday, and now it's at 0.30. So, I mean, whatever. Regardless, it got to its all-time high. They need to update this. This was 3.8. I've seen it at 3.8. But anyways, all-time high. It broke it yesterday. I have a feeling it's going to continue to rally for a little bit anyways before it takes an ish. But it's nice to see GPU mining coming back. For one, on a level where the electricity rate isn't going to kill you mining with this. The other thing is those FPGAs, this is my only concern. Those FPGAs are so efficient and they're just insane powerful. What are they, like 4.5 gigahash, I think, for like 130 watts? And you need, I think Red Fox Crypto did a video. It was 9 GPUs, 93070s, I believe, to get to that same exact amount of gigahash, 4.5. And I think it was like way over the 130 watts. It was like 500 something, if I'm not mistaken. Could be more actually, but regardless, it was quite a bit more. It's yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Caspa FPGA farm rumored to come online soon. I've actually seen pictures of a big farm that's going to be coming online. It's quite yeah, it's quite terrifying, not gonna lie. It's gonna well, all right, so I hope what happened to KDA, where like the KA3 came out and they sold a shit ton of them, and then it just tanked the difficulty, or the network hash rate just went through the roof, and now you're getting paid like crap, right? The KA3 is really not too profitable. I'm hoping that doesn't happen with Caspa. I'm hoping Caspa continues to rise and everybody makes money at the same time. And then I think it's only a matter of a time before Caspa actually comes out with, or Bitmain comes out with a Caspa ASIC or something along those lines, but we'll see. All right, just stacking as much Caspa as I can before it loses GPUs. You think it's gonna? I don't think they'll ever stop it being mineable, but maybe yeah, it'll just won't be profitable on GPUs. But anyways, all right guys, you're all awesome. Please hit that like button on the way out. Consider subscribing. You can always change your mind later. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll see you guys again 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and until next time, I'll catch you soon. Peace out.